Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to what is attempting to be the best sports podcast here on YouTube. Pack the Bank. Welcome back, everybody, to another week of wonderful sports news. As always, my name is Cody. I'm here alongside my wonderful friends and co-host Aaron and CK in the building. And today I wanted to start off by saying, do not skip to the end of the video. Watch the whole thing. We got a lot of insight today. We got a lot of good news to break down. I know that our viewer time ship and stuff is usually kind of short, but I promise you're gonna enjoy the episode. So stick around until the end. You will not regret it. Also, to start off, the question of the day that I have for everybody, and especially the commenters in the comment section, is: with free agency kind of ending or coming to a close, there's a bunch of big names that are still in the market. Who would you add to your favorite team?
Man, I'm just gonna put all the edges in a basket and just pull one out at this point.
Fact.
I mean, honestly, I think we should have went after Jadeveon. Should go after Jadeveon. Should have went after Yannick. Whoever else is out there.
Yep, pretty much anybody.
That's fair. I think the biggest thing for me, as far as the Packers go, I think that we still need that veteran wide receiver presence, and I would really love to see us bring in either Jarvis Landry or Julio. Two people that by now I really thought would have been picked up, but just haven't been. So I would very much like for us to bring in one of them on a 1-year deal. I think that would be really good for us. I think it'd be good for the young guys. And obviously neither of them are going to take the wide receiver 1 position from Christian Watson, but I think having them as a really good wide receiver 2, and then having Romeo Doubs as that wide receiver 3, and that being our starting 3, along with Jaden Reed and Samori Toure coming in and getting reps as sub players in the game, I think that would be a great system. I think I would rather go Jarvis more so than Julio, because I feel like Jarvis still has a lot more in the tank than Julio does. But either way, I would love to see either of them.
Yeah. I mean, nothing wrong with a veteran presence, definitely for Green Bay, since y'all don't really have any veterans on the team wide receiver wise. So.
Yeah, man. But anyways, as I said in the intro, welcome to Pack the Bank. We got another week of exciting news. So with that, Aaron, what do we got on tap for tonight's episode?
There's been a lot that's happened this week, between coaches just opening their mouth and letting whatever they think about come out, between people getting suspended, between people getting fired, or released, I should say, players. Couple signings, couple re-signs, stuff like that. But we'll jump right into it. I understand as a coach that you're not supposed to say these types of things. The things that Sean Payton said, but I think it's absolutely hilarious, in all honesty. Because I love nothing more than some good back and forth. Definitely when it comes to coaches, because coaches are supposed to be some of the most suit and tie, follow the rules type people. Yeah. But when Sean Payton's Nathaniel Hackett last year, trash. The dude was just awful. It's one of the worst coaching jobs in NFL history, which I can't say he's wrong, but he.
Yeah.
But as Hackett responded, because after watching that interview, you could tell, he took the high road. As a coach, we live in a glass house. It's one of those things. There's a code. There's a way things are done in that house. And where he's correct, but he took the high road. Because in that interview, it kind of looked like he wanted to just rip that mic off that stand and just cut a WWE style promo about how he's going to lay the smack down on Sean's candy ass. So I I was, I liked it. I thought it was funny. I don't like Sean Payton. I don't like the Broncos, but I thought what he said was funny, and I like the banter back and forth.
Yeah, with Nathaniel Hackett just coming from Green Bay a couple of seasons ago, and then obviously he got the Broncos job. Now he's the Jets with Rodgers. I mean, I can't say I ever really saw him as like a head coach, and I always saw him more of like an offensive coordinator. So when he became a head coach, obviously we want him to like succeed, but then he goes and does what he does in Denver. I just really don't feel like you can get mad. Like, I don't think you can get mad about people just giving, I guess you can call it constructive criticism, because that's what that is. I mean, Sean Payton's like, look, you messed up, and he did. And that's why he's the Jets offensive coordinator now. I think he's a lot better suited to maybe take coaching at like a smaller frame rather than having the entire course, if that makes sense. But yeah, I mean, I'm pretty similar to what you were saying about him looking noticeably upset but kind of containing it. I think that was actually really professional of him. So no bad will.
I mean, and this is for offensive, defensive coordinators, whatever, and even college football head coaches that come up and think they can come to the NFL, change everything within a organization that they know nothing about and everything. But some people are just fit for certain roles. Some OCs are only fit to be OCs. Some DCs are only meant to be DCs. That's why Nick Saban is a better fit as a college football head coach than an NFL head coach, which he wasn't an awful football head coach in the NFL, but he's better suited for the college football aspect of it.
Yeah, well, I mean, and to the kind of the same tone of your point, you gotta think about these organizations, right? The Broncos are not the 2016 Lions. You know, they're not the 20 what was it, like the 2017 Browns. You know, they're not going to have a head coach who loses you 16 games and the next year they still have a head coaching job. Like the Broncos went out last year and wanted to be competitive. That's why they got Russell Wilson. That's why they drafted Pat Surtain. I mean, the Broncos are trying to rebuild their franchise, and they can't do that if a head coach is putting the wrong people out there every Sunday. It's just not going to happen. So I don't think that what Sean Payton said was really out of line. I think that, you know, you have an owner like John Elway who's been to the Promised Land, who's won a Super Bowl, and he remembers how good the Broncos can be, how good they were not even 10 years ago, and look at them and say, you're just not what we're looking for right now. And that's fine. If you're rebuilding your franchise and you know that at the very top of all that is the head coach and what he says matters as far as drafting, as far as veterans, getting people in the building and getting, you know, asses in the seat, you're going to do any means necessary to have that success. So I don't fault anybody here. I just don't think that Nathaniel Hackett was the guy for the job.
Which, as much as I point fingers at Nathaniel Hackett, you also can't help but also kind of point two fingers, because Russell Wilson didn't really do much to protect Nathaniel Hackett's job either.
Exactly.
Russell Wilson played, which everybody has admitted that he played just awful last year. But I don't know, man. It'll be interesting to see. Which I have another thing about the Broncos coming up here shortly, but how Sean Payton tries to reverse everything that happened last year and fix all the wrongs and try to make them right will be very interesting.
Yeah. Last thing about this before we move on to whatever we have, I think it'll be super interesting to see how Sean Payton and Russell Wilson work together, because I don't know if you remember, but a little bit before Sean Payton was actually hired, it was rumored that Russell Wilson and Sean Payton do not like each other. So it'll be very interesting. I'm surprised we haven't heard anything out of training camp just yet about how that's going.
Well, they don't like each other because they're kind of the same person, just in different roles.
Yeah.
Sean Payton wants what Sean Payton wants. Russell Wilson wants what Russell Wilson wants. That's why when Sean come in and said, "Yeah, this whole you get your own trainer, you have your own little office and stuff." Yeah, nah, we're done. We're not doing that. And Russell probably do a hissy fit. But whatever. I mean, that's on them. I don't care. But it shall be interesting. By the way, the Jets and Broncos play Week 5. So we have something to look forward to.
Should be fun.
When it comes to that week. CK, you got anything on that?
No, you guys pretty much hit on everything. Yeah, I agree.
Sweet. Next. Alright, this little prick. The woman that accused Jackson Mahomes of sexual assault has been forced to close down her restaurant after negativity from the public affected her business. Jackson is now dealing with legal issues after being accused of assaulting a waitress and kissing the restaurant owner. Assaulting a waiter, I apologize, and kissing the restaurant owner without her permission. We were so close to making it, then this whole thing happened, an employee said. That's just disgusting. I don't understand why. No, you don't meet many people that are Patrick Mahomes and Kansas City fans that actually like Jackson Mahomes. So I need to understand why the lady and her restaurant is dealing with such negative publicity. Because this has nothing to do with Patrick. It has to do with his jerk of a brother who thinks he can do what he wants because, hey, my brother's the best QB in the NFL and makes all this money and wins all his Super Bowls.
Probably just depends on, because we obviously haven't been keeping up with the entire time, so I don't know if there's been like a video clip or something that's shown where it's like it clearly happened, or if it's a thing of there's not much proof or anything. Truly don't know. Like the only thing I can think of is if maybe they don't have any proof of it or something. So all the Chiefs fans are like, oh well, you're just being terrible to our quarterback's brother or something. I don't know.
Well, there is a video of him like reaching from behind the waitress and grabbing her, I guess the restaurant owner. Yep. And grabbing her like this and then leaning her back and kissing her. So there's a video of that. There's videos. Like I've seen it. And it's gross, dude. Like it's like you don't get to just do whatever you want because of who your brother is. That's not how it works. You don't get to do what you want even if this was Patrick Mahomes, you don't get to do what you want just because you're Pat Mahomes. But this is exactly why Pat Mahomes was like, Brittany and Jackson, just shut your mouths, come to the game, and just. This is gross. But I feel bad for the owner of this restaurant. I don't think it. I think it's crappy. She was forced to shut down because she was getting negative stuff from the public. She didn't do anything. Jackson did exactly what she should have done, honestly.
Yeah, no, it's disgusting, and this is a perfect example of where having privilege or like status, whether it's yours that you earned or not, or just status by association, goes way too far, man. Like you should never, as a decent human being, go up to whoever and just attempt something like that, like make advances towards somebody that clearly doesn't want it. Like clearly the restaurant owner or wait staff, like they were not interested in that. They didn't need that. They were more than likely they were probably just trying to finish their shift and go home, dude. Like they didn't want you. They didn't need any of that. Now they have stuff that they're gonna have to be dealing with probably for years after this trial is like figured out. And Jackson Mahomes is hopefully going to go to jail, but if not, he's going to unfortunately probably continue, and this pattern is going to get worse. And then maybe he'll go to prison like he should have to begin with. But
I don't know. I don't have no care for Jackson Mahomes, man. He's just kind of been a negative public figure since he's been any kind of publicity's been on him, from all the TikToks to this. I mean, the dude was dancing right. Was it right on it, or was it in front of the Demaryius Thomas thing at the Broncos at one time?
it was inside of it. He went behind the velvet rope and was dancing.
That's what it
like,
was. Yeah.
Inside of it.
Yeah, something, whatever it was. Either way, if I'd been a Broncos fan, I'd have called a boy lacking. I'd have punched him in his mouth. Because the disrespect is insane, dude. Like, if I was Pat Mahomes, I'd have been to the point where I'm like, look, you need to just legit stay away. You're not coming to no more of my games. Until you grow up a little bit, this is going to stop.
I think if I was Pat Mahomes and I had the arm strength and accuracy that Pat Mahomes has, I would look for him like on the sidelines and just every play
drill him with a ball.
Just drill him with footballs every single play.
Just drill him with a football right in the daggum gut or something. Jesus. All right, what do we got next, man? All right, okay. So I put like 5 or 6 different things on this just to kind of speed the process up. So we'll start here. The Titans have released offensive tackle Jamarco Jones. I hope I said that right. After he was tossed from multiple practices for multiple fights, including nearly sparking a brawl. One of the players he attempted to fight, stupidly enough, Jeffrey Simmons. There's a couple people in the NFL that I would go, you know what? I'm not messing with that guy. Aaron Donald.
Jeffrey Simmons is one of them.
Aaron Donald. Probably Nick Bosa.
Probably wouldn't want to fight Derrick Henry.
Darion Payne, and Jeffrey Simmons would probably be on that list as well. And this man's, I don't even know if this guy was like a 2nd or 3rd round pick from like a couple years ago, if he was a free, UDFA. I don't know what he was. But the fact that this man nearly sparked a brawl is insane. I don't mind you pushing and shoving in camp, but nah, not this, man. Y'all supposed to be brothers at the end of the day. So, bye-bye to that guy. Next, the Falcons coach. So the other day, Jeff Okudah, cornerback for the Falcons, went down with what apparently was an ankle injury. I apologize. I cannot speak tonight, Jesus. So it's apparently the coach of the Falcons, Arthur Smith, has told reporters that they have received some good news about the ankle injury to cornerback Jeff Okudah. Very positive news, all things considered. We expect he's got a great chance to be back the early part of this season.
Good.
I think, to me, in my opinion, the earliest time of him getting back is probably going to be like week 2, maybe week 3. He may return versus Carolina for week 1. But if I had to take a guess, I'd say week 2.
Yeah, that's good though, man. I hate when we're literally just in training camp and already I don't know if we have it up for.
Oh no, I don't. I don't think say Joe Burrow got hurt.
Yeah, Joe Burrow got hurt.
I seen a thing about Joe Burrow that said that Jamar Chase apparently has talked to him and told Joe Burrow not to come back and play until week 5. He said, because I like seriously want you healthy. So.
Jeez, man. But yeah, I mean, there's a bunch of injuries that have already happened, and it's literally just getting into padded practices as far as like training camp goes. So prayers to all the guys that have gotten these unfortunate injuries, a lot of them non-contact, that are going to be either missing most of, if not the entire season this year. So
yeah, like Broncos wide receiver Tim Patrick just went down with a torn Achilles. He's out all season, and he actually last year tore his ACL in training camp also. So back-to-back seasons of season-ending injuries. If he's a Bronco for much longer, I'd be surprised. I mean, back-to-back season ending, it's one of those where it's like, dude, it sucks, but we can't keep you on the roster. You keep getting hurt. So, prayers to them guys. Two things with that. It sucks when they get injured because you want to see them be out there perform. And, all your fantasy football lovers out there, you definitely don't want to see people like Joe Burrow get injured because he's kind of a top pick. So,
yeah.
Next up, man, we'll go back to the Broncos thing. The head coach, Sean Payton, has said Russell Wilson and the rest of the starters will play in the preseason opener. Don't know how long. If I had to guess, maybe 2. Maybe you might see him for 1 or 2. What's the word I'm looking for here?
Series,
yeah. Thank you. Might see him for 1 or 2 series. Other than that, you're not gonna see much of him. But I think it's just they didn't play at all last preseason, and they need. It looked pretty bad when they didn't get any reps, and then all of a sudden, it's like, hey, you didn't get any reps in preseason. You come out and look that bad. Now you're gonna play in the preseasons, and maybe you look a little bit better. So,
I think initially I would have been against this, but thinking about the Packers, like even now, it makes sense for the Broncos. It also makes sense for a lot of teams. It makes sense for the Packers. Makes sense for the Panthers. Makes sense for Atlanta. The Bucks, the Vikings, the Lions. All these.
I know for a fact that the Panthers have said that Andy Dalton will sit, but Bryce Young and Matt Corral will get most of the reps in preseason. More than likely, Matt Corral, which me and CK have talked about Matt Corral, and the reason Matt's probably getting these chances in preseason. It's kind of like an on-field interview for Matt Corral right now. But, if anything, Matt Corral looks really good. So, he stays around for us. Who knows? But still, yeah. For Bryce, I think it's going to be more of an understanding that how the pace of the game is different. Because the pace of the game is going to be a lot different from college to NFL.
Yeah. Yeah, I like the idea of us sending out Jordan and the starting offense for maybe not an entire game, but maybe the first couple series, just to further build that team chemistry and really get it against like some actual people that are not our defense, like they have been in training camp. So.
Right. And then the Lions have sold out their season tickets for the first time in 21 years. It's also the first time they've ever sold out since they started playing at Ford Field. The Lions hype is real.
It's really sad.
It's a sad fact, but it's really cool too. It's sad because no shot that you haven't sold out for 21 years, but it makes sense because you have sucked for 21 years. But at the same time, man, people buy the teams in the line. Detroit's not bad, man. They're really not. But it's got to be somewhat be a good feeling as a Lions fan to be like, dude, this team is gonna be pretty good this year. I mean,
yep.
I'm excited for the Lions, dude. I'm low-key kind of hyped for them. I hope they do really good.
We shall see.
And then last, we will talk right here. So per the Pat McAfee show, the reason why the NFL QB stars have been turning down the opportunity to appear on the Netflix series The Quarterback Season 2 is by design by the showrunners so that the public will not know who will actually be appearing on the show for Season 2. That should be a lot of fun not knowing and the added suspense of the mystery. So I think I've asked this before, but I will ask again, and I will start. If you had to pick 3 QBs, elite tier mid-tier, low-tier / rookie to be on the season 2 of quarterback. This is for Cody and CK also, but mainly for the people watching this. I want you to comment. Tell me who the 3 you would like to see. If I had to choose, my elite tier would be Joe Burrow, which there's a very high possibility Joe Burrow is going to be the one that's on anyway. It's going to be Joe Burrow. My mid tier would be Daniel Jones. And then biasly, I would say Bryce Young, but unbiasedly, I'd say CJ Stroud. No, actually, you know what? I'll take that back. I'll say Anthony Richardson because of the amount of doubters and the amount of haters that AR's had coming into this league because of his accuracy's poor. He really wasn't that good of a QB at Florida, blah, blah. All the outside noise that he has to deal with going into his whole first season would be very interesting to see how he deals with that personally and on the field wise.
I like that answer. So before I discuss mine, actually, I don't know if you guys saw it. It was a really quick, article or something like that, but it was teased that Joe Burrow is going to be on season 2. I don't know if it's just a giant rumor. I don't know if it's true, but somewhere I read that Joe Burrow is going to be on season 2.
They're going to bring so much viewership to that show just because people find Joe Burrow attractive. I'm not even trying to be funny.
What I will say, though, is that I also know for a fact that Peyton Manning went to Packers training camp the other day, and Peyton Manning is the executive producer for Quarterback. And I understand that he was there to talk to the team and stuff, but there's a lot of pictures and a lot of videos of him talking to Jordan Love one-on-one. So, with that being said, who I would like to see on next season of Quarterback and who I actually think is going to be on the next season of Quarterback is Joe Burrow, Jordan Love, and CJ Stroud. I think that will be the 3 that are on Quarterback next season. And if that is the 3 mainliners, that's going to be a great season. The first season 1 was amazing. I loved it. I loved every single episode. I loved the breakdowns of how the players are feeling in certain moments. I love seeing the behind the scenes stuff that Patrick Mahomes took us through with winning the Super Bowl and what it took to get there. Was crazy, dude. I could have never thought about all the stuff that you go through in Super Bowl week, from the interviews to the game planning to the extra practices to just all the stuff that goes into it. It was crazy, and I'm so excited to see, no matter what type of season we have this year, if it is Jordan Love, I cannot wait to see everything that he's going through and see it from his perspective. It's going to be amazing.
Oh,
right.
That leaves me. I'm just going to be different, even though I do think it's going to be Joe Burrow. I'm going to say Aaron Rodgers, Jared Goff, and then I'm not going to pick a rookie because you also said low tier. I don't know who the starting quarterback for the 49ers is going to be, but Sam Darnold. But yeah, there you go.
Well, I'm going to tell you like this, man. If Rodgers gets it, which I don't think Rodgers gets it because that would mean Hard Knocks and quarterback would be filming Rodgers, and that's probably too much for Rodgers.
They won't do that.
But if Rodgers was the one that would get it, I'd want Rodgers and Jordan Love on the same one.
I would too.
Because it's see what happens. You know what I'm saying? Because it's it would be so interesting to see how both past and future quarterbacks of the Green Bay Packers have finally, Rodgers finally left. There's a new regime starting. Now, which side technically is better off? So that would be interesting. But yeah, I still think it's going to be Burrow. If it's not Burrow, it'll be Allen. But I think it's going to be Burrow.
I feel like either way, I don't think it'll be Josh Allen because he got the Madden cover. And that's kind of a weird reasoning, but I don't think it'll be Josh Allen for that reason. I do think that whether it's Rodgers, whether it's Love, they're going to cover the departure of Aaron from Green Bay. They're going to cover it. They have to cover it, whether it comes down to Rodgers leaving for the first time and going to a different city, or whether it's like Love like taking the offense or like taking the locker room, essentially, because it's not just the offense. He has to take the entire team and be like, I'm your new quarterback. This is what we're doing. And that's a big weight to like have on your shoulders after being there for 3 years and just kind of holding a clipboard. Like that's huge, dude. But I'm super excited. I loved quarterback, like I said. I mean, I can't wait for season 2.
Definitely have more respect for Kirk Cousins, dude.
Dude, I weirdly am a really big Kirk Cousins fan. Never a Vikings fan, but I am a Kirk fan. I like him a lot. I like what he stands for. He's a good dude. He's a great football player. So I like Kirk a lot.
I really wish Marcus wasn't the third guy on that though.
Marcus
Like,
Mariota?
yeah,
I didn't mind Marcus.
The storyline was interesting because it was like, you know, it was cool to see some. I'm not gonna say cool, but it was interesting to see somebody lose their job halfway through the season.
Yeah.
That was to see how you deal with that, and they used it as, well, you know, I gotta go get surgery.
I mean, I think he did get surgery though.
No, he did get surgery. I'm just saying that was kind of like an extra, like an excuse too. Also, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't just that you played like crap. It was more like, well, he really needs this surgery, which he did, but it was also kind of their way out. So it was kind of like a blessing to them that he made that surgery, because that was their way out.
I just thought about it. I just thought about it. You know who else would be actually like super interesting on that show in the kind of Marcus Mariota role for season 2? Baker Mayfield.
Yeah, but you don't have anybody behind him. He's gonna lose his job by like week 2, and then you're gonna have Kyle Trask, and you see the other thing they said today.
Oh yeah, third string.
Like their third string QB still has a chance. What are we talking about? Oh, dude, Tampa's gonna be so terrible. It's gonna be so bad.
That defense is gonna carry them this year.
It's gonna have to.
Yeah,
it's gonna have to be the highest scoring defense ever just to have a chance.
All right, so not even gonna try, but this Broncos guy right here could face up to 2 years.
Ioma Uwazurike.
All right,
that's pretty fire.
Broncos could face up to 2 years in prison for allegedly betting on Broncos and Iowa State games.
Iowa State's going crazy.
This is, I'll tell you like this, man. Betting on the team that you play for, whether you're betting for them or against them, I'm not for. But if you're in the NFL, I don't see a reason why you couldn't bet on college football games.
No, he's getting that. It's whenever he was at Iowa State.
Oh.
Yeah, because that's why I said that. Because you saw their quarterback that's there also just got.
I see
Iowa
him,
State
and he was like, "Don't post that nowhere because this is like highly illegal."
Yep. And then another Iowa State guy their kicker got suspended because he bet the under in the score line for their game against Iowa, and then it hit because, well, the other kicker ended up missing a kick, but not him. He didn't miss a kick that game, but yeah, he got hit hard. But yeah, this guy not only bet on Iowa State games when he was in college, he then bet on Broncos games when he was in the NFL.
My thing, like I said, though, then that's wrong.
Yes,
but if he was just as a Bronco betting on Iowa State games, or if you're anybody betting on a college football game and you're in the NFL, I personally don't see a reason. I don't see an issue with it. I don't see an issue with an NFL player betting on any other sport other than NFL games. I don't see a reason why MLB players can't bet on anything other than MLB games. I have no issue with that at all, in my opinion, because they have nothing to do with the outcome of those games.
Yeah, it's not an issue. Not an issue.
Yeah, so when I originally read this, before I got the backstory from CK just now, is
Yeah.
I thought he was just like, I thought it was a Calvin Ridley situation. I was like, why is this guy going to prison for doing the same thing that Calvin Ridley did? Like, just suspend him for a year.
Oh yeah, that I don't get. I don't get
That's-
why I don't get why he's facing prison time.
There must be more to the story.
That has to be.
Um,
Because I've got even
it's
like
probably state law with Iowa. In Iowa it might be like illegal to bet on sports games, and it's a federal crime.
maybe potentially, but like their quarterback only got suspended. I think. So that's
Yeah.
what I-
Well, it's like betting here in North Carolina. Like you can't do that. It's
until
illegal.
2024, baby.
I would say till 2024.
I can't wait, dude. I can't wait.
I'd have to wait like 8 months.
I'm still not betting.
Oh, I'm definitely betting. We're going for it.
I might bet a little bit, but
Go broke, go home. Just kidding.
I'm putting something down at least if I got the spare change for it. But anyways, let's move past this here.
I'm putting a future on for the 2040 Super Bowl. All right.
the Bengals and rising star linebacker Logan Wilson have agreed to terms on a 4-year extension worth up to Jesus Christ, $37.25 million to keep him in a Cincy uniform for years to come. So he's averaging about 11.2 over the next 2 seasons.
Good for him.
Yeah, congrats to that guy, dude. I love seeing guys get paid, dude. Like, definitely people that deserve it.
Yeah,
And
not running
speaking of
back
stuff I love seeing, Alvin Kamara has been suspended for 3 games for violations of his personal conduct policy, or AKA being a piece of crap, is what I like to call him. For his physical altercation that he had at the Pro Bowl, where him and multiple other guys beat this one dude up.
Only 3 games is like
it's like a slap
kind
on
of
the
a-
wrist. Yeah, I know.
yeah. It's I don't know. if,
He had a meeting with Roger Goodell, and I will let you pretend like I'm doing a gesture right now of why he only got 3 games. So, but apparently Kamara has pleaded down to a misdemeanor, which was settled in civil suit, and said today that I was completely wrong. Duh. So yeah, I don't care. But he's out the first game versus week 2 versus the Carolina Panthers. So I am actually okay with that. So-
He never plays against Panthers.
That's true.
Bum.
But still,
He's not a bum, but yeah.
one less person I have to worry about.
Yep.
Now we just have to worry about Derek Carr that everybody keeps telling me that I should be worried about. Okay. Okay.
I mean,
All right.
currently he is the best quarterback in your division. Currently,
Currently. True.
until
Currently.
Bryce comes in and proves, that he is that guy. Like Derek Carr is the most proven. He is technically the best.
Which is
quarterback in the
sad
division.
because Derek Carr is really not all that great.
Look, dude, Kirk Cousins is the best quarterback in our division right now. So, I mean, that it just is what it is.
I think the line between Kirk and Derek's pretty large.
It
Yeah.
is very large.
Now, what's the line between Kirk and Jared?
After 1 year, it's still pretty big. We're gonna keep on moving because that's not a good question.
I mean, Jared
I
can
mean,
play bad,
Jared's
but
not
like,
terrible.
he's not Kirk now. I'm just saying the like.
I do not.
All
know
I'm
why you guys
saying
keep
is
blowing Jared guy.
Kirk
no one's
Clutch.
no one's blowing up the balloons or nothing. I'm just saying.
Kirk Clutchman.
That's not. That is not what I meant.
Eh. Anyway, so
Oh, this is sad.
to piss Cody off or make him upset or whatever. These Green Bay Packers guys keep signing with the Bears for some reason. So the Bears have finalized a deal with old, and this is veteran, but I like to read it as old ass tight end Mercedes Lewis. This will be his 18th season.
Brutal.
So he's breaking a tie with Jason Witten and Tony Gonzalez for most ever played by a tight end. I mean, that's cool, but he's not going to start, so I don't know, whatever. I mean, I guess you're just working out for your 18th season. I guess that's cool. Is this guy any good, Cody, anymore?
good at blocking.
Yeah. Oh, big. So we call him Big Dog in Green Bay, and he is hands down the best blocking tight end, like that you can probably get your hands on for this amount of money. He was super crucial the time that he was in Green Bay to success in multiple ways. He catches any ball that's thrown at him. Obviously not as fast as he used to be, but he's a great player. And I mean, honestly, Brian Gutekunst did a interview the other day talking about, Marcedes Lewis and Robert Tonyan, who were with the Packers and then have since went to the Bears, and why we did not attempt to keep them. From what he said, they did have talks with Marcedes and kind of, laid out what their pricing would be on him, and let him know, like, we just got, Luke Musgrave and Tucker Kraft in the draft, and they're two young, speedy tight ends that can catch and block and do everything else. So if you're going to be here, like, you got to really take like a vet minimum, and it's not the personal, it's just business, man. So he signed with the Bears. I don't think it was an ill will thing. I think it was just because the Bears are looking for tight ends. So he's with them now, and it is what it is, man.
Yeah, I mean, I have no issue with it whatsoever. I don't really know much about Marcedes Lewis, honestly. But anyway.
Yeah, great player. Doesn't piss me off. Great player.
Yeah. All right. So Ian Rappaport reported forever a loser. Sources say New Orleans and longtime Pro Bowler and All-Pro defensive end Cam Jordan agreed to a 2-year extension worth up to $27.5 million, locking in the veteran for his career. But the last part I didn't get, locking the veteran in for his career. Does that mean, like, after 2 years he's done?
I think he might. I think everybody's. From what I was gonna say is, God, I cannot speak. It seems like he's gonna retire after.
Yeah.
This is over.
The 2 years extension.
It's like because it wasn't just him. Like there were like 3 or 4 reporters that all were like, "Oh yeah, he's locking up for his career."
Okay, that's why I was like,
I mean, you gotta think, by the time he's like this 2-year extension's over, he'll have what, 12 years in the league, if not more.
I don't know how long it's been. He's been in the league for a while.
Yeah.
But it says he'll likely go down as the best D-line to ever play for the Saints, which...
He came in the same year Cam Newton came in.
Yeah. Yeah, probably. He probably is the best D-line. I'll tell you this, he's given Carolina a run for their damn money for years.
Mm-hmm.
I can't stand Cam Jordan. I hate Cam Jordan with a passion.
Yep.
Don't like him, don't care about him, whatever. Hey. But I can't deny when a good player is a good player. Cam Jordan has given Carolina nightmares for years. And he's likely a Hall of Famer. So.
Yeah.
Yep.
He's a great player.
Oh yeah. The Bears are signing former Colts star pass rusher Yannick Ngakoue to a 1-year, $10.5 million deal. Damn it! All right. Whoop-de-doo. Good for the Bears. They have so much money they can just sign Jesus at this point. Okay, we get it. You can sign everybody.
Hey, listen.
Save some for the
Look,
freaking
Chicago
rest of
fans, I'm glad they're signing all these players
I still
just to be the first pick in the NFL draft next year again.
Well, look. You can trade your piece of crap quarterback for the first overall pick and trade him to Arizona.
Arizona's
That's all I'm saying.
That's
Arizona's going to be bad.
There are 3 teams tanking.
Look, I'd tell you this.
Because you got Arizona.
If the Bucks ain't number 1, it's going to be Arizona. And if Arizona ain't number 1, I don't know who could be number 1.
Or the Rams.
Rams. Tough, dude. Arizona's going to be... I don't know about the Rams. They still got Kupp and Stafford and Aaron Donald. They could at least be the 4th or 5th pick. But I don't know if they have a first-round pick this year still.
3 people. They don't got an O-line.
Yeah, but it's the Bears.
First-round pick, though?
What?
Do they even have a first-round pick this year,
They have the first-round pick, yeah.
Oh,
They finally have one because of
Yeah.
the
They haven't had one. They haven't had one in what, like,
years?
6 years.
has it really been 6 years since they've
Yeah,
had a first?
because like the last two have been to the Lions, and the ones before that went to the Jags.
Because of
Jags.
Ramsey, right?
Ramsey.
Just to put into perspective, I think their last first round pick was Aaron Donald.
No.
No.
Nah, hold on. I'm looking this up.
Last first round pick.
But anyways, while he's
Because
doing
like the
that,
last time the
You
Rams
guys
picked in the
guess
first round,
whenever I
they got
find
to
it.
Orlando Pace. So, Jesus
Dog.
Christ. Anyway,
Let's get a guess on that.
Q-
Who do you think it was?
the Bears.
Tell me the
cue
year.
music.
Their last first round pick was in 2016.
Oh, it's Jared Goff.
Oh yeah,
Jared Goff with the first overall pick.
that man.
So then
has
I guess
been
the next 2
traded and
years-
everything.
Yes, I guess the next 2 years would have been from that trade up, and the next 2 years would have been from Jacksonville, and then a lot more than that.
Now the
Yeah.
next person that don't have a first round pick for the next couple years is San Fran, right?
Yeah, I don't think San Francisco has another first round pick until like 2026.
I don't know about
Something
that
like
one. I think they have one. Don't they have one next year?
I don't
No.
know.
Let's see. 2024 NFL draft order. Yeah, San Francisco has their first round pick next year. Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about.
So the only person that don't, I know for a fact, is us.
Houston doesn't. We don't. Cleveland
Houston
doesn't.
don't because they gave it to
Arizona.
Arizona straight up to for CJ Stroud. That makes sense.
Yep, and then
Okay.
Cleveland doesn't have theirs because of Deshaun Watson trade, and we don't have ours because of trading up to one.
Yeah.
We have
Everybody
two.
else is-
Do you
We
understand?
have two.
Do you understand how extremely funny it is as a Panther fan scrolling through and seeing Bears Twitter on X now, whatever, Bears X, whatever, I don't even know what you call them, post, I guess. But you see all their
Just call it Twitter.
all their posts, right? All their tweets, and I'm on Bears Twitter, and it's like, yo, we're really gonna freaking draft the best offensive tackle and Marvin Harrison next year at like pick 1 and 2.
If they have the
And it's
first
like-
overall pick,
so what you're
drafting a
telling me
quarterback,
is
bud.
like the Bears are gonna suck, and so are the Panthers enough to where you're gonna have pick 1 and 2. That's what they just pretty much admitted, is that they're gonna suck again.
Yeah.
So it's like, nah. What I'll tell you what's gonna happen. The Bears are gonna suck. Okay. Well, when I say suck,
Because the Bears still
they're probably gonna win 6 games. I'm not gonna lie. They're probably gonna win 6 or 7 games. But you can laugh, but I'm being serious. They're probably gonna win 6. They've signed some decent talent.
They didn't even win 6 games in the last 3 years.
Who they have on their team?
They're all I mean, you're laughing, but you also said you had 2 first round picks like 5 minutes ago, and you don't.
Yeah, because we do.
You don't.
You don't.
Not yet.
Rodgers will play more than 65% of the snaps, and we have a first round pick already. We have
Unless
2.
they lock up their division before then, and then they just bench him.
Do you understand how many games have to come before they can lock up a division? Do you understand? He has
How many?
to play
I mean,
more
Yep.
games than it takes
Yep.
to lock up a division to
mhm,
make 65%.
maybe, potentially, technically.
100%.
No.
What if they
So-
just beat everybody by 40 and he's benched by midway through the third at every
Facts.
game?
He still played. First of all, I don't think they're going to do that.
Snap.
Second of all,
No, they're not going to do that.
They're not going to do it,
I'm
but they
just busting
should.
your balls.
They should. They really should. It'd be funny.
all right. In last night's Hall of Fame game, the Browns beat the Jets 21-16.
Yeah, that
And
game
Zach
was
Wilson
boring.
threw an absolute dot.
then the-
54 yards.
And the very next play, do a dud.
That is
Yeah,
true.
that game
By the
was-
way,
cool to have football back, but
yeah, this was not a good game. I actually turned it off halfway through the third because
I fell asleep.
Yeah, stop
It was honestly boring.
The Hall of Fame game is never fun, man. But hey, Dorian Thompson Robinson, is that his name?
Yep.
Dorian Thomas Robinson.
Dog.
That dude, low key, had some fighting the other night, dude.
Dog.
So
He's a dog, dude.
I
did correct guess the Browns beating the Jets, so that was cool.
So that's pretty much all that we have. The only exciting news that I have this week is when we do Panthers Corner, we get to talk about Bryce Young versus Aaron Rodgers because the Jets are coming to Spartanburg for 3 days this week. Now I'm very excited.
What days are they going? Do you know?
Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, or Thursday, Friday, Saturday. No, Wednesday, Thursday,
Play on
Friday.
Saturday.
We play them on Saturday, so I think it's going to be Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday off, Saturday game.
That's what I would guess.
When can fans go Saturday?
Saturday is
that's
the
a game,
bro.
What we're talking about.
Yes.
Of course you can go.
I think it's a go.
I think you can go to a preseason game. Yes.
Yeah, you can go to a preseason game.
Yeah. Okay. That's fair.
Yeah, it's like $14 right now.
Heck yeah, dude.
Did you not know you could go to a
Maybe we'll
preseason
go.
game?
No, I did. I didn't realize. Look,
I was
dude,
going to
I've
say,
been
did
so
you not
busy
realize all the
recently.
fans in the stands the other night?
There's just nobody there.
No, I've been.
I was confused.
I've
Oh,
been
man, I
so
didn't know where to
busy
go, man.
that I've been so busy. Football has literally taken like a back seat to my mind right now.
Right.
I'm still thinking we're in the off season. I don't realize that it's fucking preseason right now.
Okay, I was just making sure because the way you said that, I was like, "Does this man not know that there's fans? Do you think them are all just like
It's just all their families.
cut
All
out?
their families in the
Cardboard
stands.
cut out.
Yeah, cardboard cutouts like in 2020.
They do put cutout cardboards of fans at Soldier Field during the season. I heard.
They also do that in WWE.
Whoa!
What was that?
What was that about, bud?
No, it's a real. Wait, you guys didn't know that?
They put fake fans there sometimes. Yeah,
No,
They do plant fans.
they plant fans
They're-
all the time.
but they do that. They did it for WrestleMania. WrestleMania on YouTube was covering it. They had like cardboard cutouts of fans and stuff. But
Cool.
anyways, let's wrap the show up.
Yeah. So we'll try to get this Pack the Bank out pretty soon. Maybe by next episode we will have the boys and I are discussing something in the works, possibly about the show that may be a new thing starting soon. But we will discuss that with you guys when we put that in stone. Panthers Corner will be out this week, hopefully. And then the one from last week will be out this week, and then we'll try to get another one put out this week also, if not next week. And then we'll definitely be on to talk about the game afterwards. You know, me and CK will break down the Panthers game. Cody, you can break down your Packers game on Packers Corner.
Yep.
So, other than that, man, football's back. Our teams are playing this week, so be excited, man. Even though it's your third and fourth stringers, it don't matter. You're seeing the green and gold and the black and blue on the field this week, baby. So we are very excited. We can't wait. So, of course, hit the like button, hit the bell notification so you know that when Pack the Bank puts on, wave to my man Carter. Carter, what's up, brother?
Say hi, Carter.
So,
Wave to the boys.
All right, everybody. Well, as always, I've been Cody. This is Aaron and CK. This is Pack the Bank. And until next time, ladies and gentlemen, peace.